military solution, only a diplomatic and cultural solution.
AOC followed up at that very same rally, and she seems to think there is no military solution, which is why she wants a ceasefire. Although I suspect if Israel was losing right now, she would not be calling for a ceasefire. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that out. Take a look.
Ceasefire means there is no military solution, only a diplomatic and cultural solution. A relational solution. A reckoning with ourselves and our history. That is what ceasefire now means.
I mean, it's just pure drivel. I'm sorry, I have no other way to describe it. There's no military solution. Well, first off, we know that there is the destruction of Hamas, the return of the hostages, and borders that are clean, that if they're ransacked over, obviously you're going to do what you got to do. But she thinks there's a diplomatic and cultural solution. Meira, as someone that lives in Israel, can you talk about not only how no Israelis live in Gaza and haven't lived in Gaza since 2005, but I haven't heard one Israeli since, well, maybe in the last 3 weeks, been like, we got to send some Israelis there, but nobody wants anything to do with the place. But there should be a diplomatic and cultural answer.
Well, I think this is just a very clear example of when somebody from the West thinks that they understand something to no ends, even though they have no real skin in the game. I mean, it's very, very clear. Diplomacy is simple. It's the conversation that leads to peace, right? You have to have two people on the table who are interested in getting to a peaceful solution. Hamas are clear that they're not interested in that, and they're also clear that they're not interested in conversation. If you look at the hostage situation, you'll see they have no interest in talking to us. So somebody coming and spouting idiocy, basically saying something along the lines of, oh, let's just have a conversation about it, is obviously so unaware of the realities of the situation. And to claim that there's no military solution, there is a very simple military solution. The eradication of Hamas, exactly as the IDF is doing right now. And the fact that you stand up there and say such things to an audience is, again, shocking, but we know that.
Ami, there was a military solution to the Nazis, wasn't there?
Yeah, this is what moral confusion looks like. Remember her rant in Congress? AOC is like, I think that it runs very deep. It's this idea that perhaps on the very far left, when faced with evil, there's this temptation to externalize it. And this happens across the board. No actors are actually involved here. There are no aggressors. There's no behavior on Hamas's part that's accountable for this. And therefore, to do that, all of a sudden, war and conflict just come upon humanity like some force that we can't control. It's like, no. If you want peace, you need to eliminate those who don't share your value for peace, who don't desire peace. It's wonderful to say the solution to war is peace, but that is a meaningless expression when you have actors and regimes involved committed to the destruction of one people and act it out. So, yeah, we want peace. How do you get peace? You eliminate and fight those people who are violently opposed to it. And this just displays such a moral confusion when faced with evil, and a historical ignorance of the 5 times Israel has offered Palestinian statehood and met with further violence and aggression, and maybe even the last 17 to nearly 20 years of Israel leaving Gaza as an experiment, and look what happens. So, if she really thought it through, or, the real case to be made is if you want to fight for a free Palestinian state, you need to eliminate those who stand in the way of it, which is clearly Hamas. They don't talk about, creating a 2-state solution and talk about diplomacy. They talk about committing genocide against Jews worldwide and eliminating the state of Israel. And now we're seeing it unapologetically on the streets. Pro-Hamas rallies, not pro-2-state solutions. And then she has the chutzpah to talk about ceasefires and peace. And without that recognition, it's hard to believe it's not willful, but that's what we're seeing.